Hey, what's up, fam? This is your boy JB. We're back at you, man. And I tell you, there's a lot going on in the world today, Linda. So much going on in the world today. You know,
too much.
What celebration is going on this week?
This is Black Music Month.
Okay, this is Black Music Month, and I tell you, man, you know that blacks are, boy, they've come out with a lot of good music over the years. Can you imagine where we would be if it wasn't for, musicians such as Oscar Peterson, musicians such as Louis Armstrong, musicians such as, what's one of my favorite musicians, man? She was what's that lady's name? Wow, I can't quite think of her now. I'm sure that she'll come back, but can you imagine what the music scene would be like had it not been for Motown?
Oh, forget about it.
You know what I mean?
And
no all of his historic, yeah,
no Stevie Wonder.
Exactly. I mean, so boy, thank God for all kinds of music, but especially we thank God for for black music. I tell you, and so much happening in the news today, man. I tell you, there's so many uncertainties. Just listening to the news, boy. If you wasn't depressed before you started listening, if you finished listening, you could really be depressed.
Very depressed.
And I tell you,
no, if you listen to the politics.
Yeah, politics is troubling because, you have individuals who are supposed to be your leaders that you can't even trust. They'll tell a lie in a minute to get their agenda across, and then they switch the game on you, once they get into office. That's why, individuals shouldn't become so emotional, especially as it regards politics and, one's beliefs and those kind of things, because when people are like really amped up, they have a tendency to make some stupid decisions. I mean, when a person's all hyped up, that's the worst time to be making crucial decisions.
I know. Because
one, at that period in time, they're not thinking clearly. I mean, they're not using their reasoning skills. And one of the worst things to do is to make decisions based off of information that's inaccurate.
I know.
You understand what I mean?
I understand.
So it's, so man, we have a lot to be thankful for, but we have indeed a lot to be concerned about, man. But you know what? I was reading something on Facebook.
You keep calling it Facebook.
Well, that's what it is, because some of the things people write on Facebook, they must be from outer space. But be that as it may, I came across something that Mark Twain wrote, and this is what it says: the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
Wow, that's deep.
It's deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Knowing one's purpose and knowing what one's mission is, knowing what one's calling is. You know what I mean? I tell you, can you imagine living life and not knowing who you are, not knowing where you're going, not knowing what you're about? I mean,
I know you're really blessed once you know what your purpose is.
Right.
And you find that out when you know what your passion is.
Yeah, what your passion is. Okay, and how does one find out what their passion is, Lindsay? Do you know?
I don't know. Keep trying.
Keep trying?
Keep trying.
I tell you, I guess, one's passion is doing something that they love to do. They have a talent to do it. They have a gift to do it. They have the inspiration to do it. And they would do it whether they got paid or not.
Yeah.
Or they'll do it for free. You know what I mean? So, back in the day, I mean, passion was kind of like this buzzword or whatever. But all of us have passion towards something. And passions can either be positive or they can be negative. There are certain things that people do. It's a passion, but it's the wrong thing.
It's the wrong passion.
It's the wrong passion. And many times when we have the wrong passion, then it takes us to places where we have no business going. Like my daddy say, boy, why you go up there on Fool's Hill? You know what I mean? So we have to be careful about our passions and our aspirations. We have to make sure that they're rooted and grounded in God's will. Because when our lives and our goals and our desires and our dreams are lined up according to God's will, He'll bless it. He'll bless it. He'll bless it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times people sit back and wait for things to happen, but you can't wait for stuff to happen. You got to get out there and take the initiative and make things happen, because doors are not going to just open.
Nope.
They're not going to just open. You know, it's kind of like once that first door open, after one has made the initiative, something miraculous happens. It's like other doors begin to open. So it's kind of like once a person get enough nerve,
Right.
you know what I mean? Enough nerve to actually get out there and do something, because one of the worst enemies is something that begins with an F. What do y'all think it is?
Fear.
Fear.
And sometimes you just have to jump.
Yeah.
Just take a leap of faith and jump.
Yeah. Take a leap of faith and jump, you know. So for those of you out there who are, you know, you don't know what your dreams are, you don't know what your goals are, you don't know what your passions and aspirations are, you know, establish that relationship with Christ, and you know, he would kind of validate for you what it is. You know, sometimes, again, I look on Facebook, and you know, I see people, man, doing some very dumb things, but they have a passion. You know, actually, I was looking at this the other day. This joker was jumping off like 120-foot cliff, 200-foot cliff, 300-foot cliff down into water. I'm like, now what idiot would do that? But that's his passion. Although it's destructive, that's his passion. And I was also looking at Facebook, and I saw this guy. He was hanging on a crane, hundreds of feet in the air. I'm like, come on, yo. I mean, you know, enough is enough. So, you know, it's good to be inspired, but you also have to know who you're inspired by. All right, so listen, folks, we're getting ready to take a station identification break, and we will come back shortly.